Okay, is that working? No, it's picking up the wrong sound. Okay, I can't. Okay, nope, still no sound. Okay, everyone, hopefully, fingers crossed, has that one worked for us? Yay, no, still not working. Okay, everyone, I'm trying this again. Are we getting some sound now? I'm trying to see. It might be a little quiet because it looks like it's not picking up my main microphone. So I'm just trying to fix that as we go through. All right, looks like it's picking up only the phone though, so it's a little bit quiet. So, all right, I'm gonna try my best. Hopefully this works. It looks like YouTube is getting the sound. I'm so sorry. It looks like we've had some gremlins in at the moment. So what has happened is my microphone is not working, but the phone, which I'm using to record and relay, the phone is picking up. So if I get a little quiet, let me know. I'm going to try and see if I can fix that. Hopefully that works for you all. All right, so Richard, who knows much more about sound than I do, he has just given me a message to say that when we go to videos, we might just have to be careful about sound. Thankfully, I don't have any videos with built-in sound this week, so fingers crossed we are all okay, and I'm so sorry for the delay. Thank you all for all the people in the chat who've also been very helpful with lots of suggestions on how to help. It really helps me out because sometimes you get a little flustered when you are live on camera, and it always helps for people to give me very clear instructions. That's very helpful. All right, so like I said today, lots of things we have to chat about, but you didn't hear me any of that, so I'm going to rewind myself and start from the beginning. Hi everyone, my name is Susan. You're watching us today live from the Wilcom offices here in Sydney, Australia. The chat was having a great chat early on about the weather from all around the world, and some people are absolutely melting in the heat while other people are all cold and rainy. So thank you so much wherever you are for joining in. Grab a drink. We've got lots to show you today. Today is our Stitch Club day, so we are celebrating all of the things that you as hatchers use our programs for and how much we love seeing all of that. So lots to show for you as well. All right, so let's jump on in. I'm going to start up by showing you some of the things that have been shown across all different social medias from what people are using Hatch for. So it's been a great fun to compile all of these together. In my hurry to get my sound working, I've now moved my desk around, so I am going to try again. All right, let's take a look at what the Hatches have been up to since our last Stitch Club. So it seems like we lost sound there again, and I can't seem to fix it while I'm also on air. So what I'm going to do is I'll just roll through what we saw. So that was some talented work we saw across various social medias. We love seeing when people tag us how they're using all different types of embroidery with Hatch. It's always super fun to actually see it all. So in that lineup, we saw Marsha, we saw who was doing some great pieces where she went in store and thought, I can make that pot holder, and then went home and figured out how to make it in the hoop with Hatch, which I think is just a fantastic thing to actually be able to do. Life at Anchor were doing some great polo shirts. They're often on Instagram and they show a lot of things that they're doing for a lot of their friends and family. So that's always really, really fun to see. Jenny Victoria had that beautiful white work piece. Now Jenny's been popping up on our Facebook user group, and she's been using traditional embroidery to be able to teach herself how to then use Hatch and replicate those designs inside of Hatch. She actually put up a really fantastic one that I missed capturing this morning because I was looking at it while I was coming to work on the bus, which was a very beautiful owl, and she has reinterpreted those traditional stitches using Hatch. So I think it is a great way to have a look and see what you can do by replicating those traditional stitches. It's really fun for that as well. I have been super enjoying every week. Jeanette McKnight puts up a new piece each week in the Hatch user group. And it is really, really fantastic because she has a very beautiful artistic sense of interpretation. So that's always really, really great for it to all kind of work through if you're into a very artistic interpretation of things. Stitch and Crush are on Instagram, and I have been absolutely loving their daily kind of vlogging of their startup, of their small business with embroidery. They're covering both the highs and lows and showing off some incredibly gorgeous designs, but it's really fun to see. And if you're interested in starting up an embroidery business or just being nosy and seeing what others are doing with it, it's really fantastic to go along and have a look at what they are doing. Designed by Duncan had two very beautiful pieces in there, and one of those was the video piece where he had actually stitched out on some water-soluble fabrics and then created his own bodice piece with inside of his garments. So I found Designed by Duncan on Instagram. I just had to remember which social that was then. They've been doing some great stuff. They also had a very beautiful embroidered flower, which they are mixing with beadwork as well. So if you're very much interested in a more kind of fashion style, I would definitely check them out on Instagram as well. And Bridget Barnard had a really beautiful piece that she had done after going through the Hatch Academy. She did a really cute cupcake there, so that was really fantastic to see a result of the academy classes. And Barbara Bauer was there as well with all of those beautiful interpretations of animals. So Barbara had shared those in our user group on Facebook, and she'd actually then gone on to explain using those paisley designs that you also saw at the end there, how she's using the multi-blend now in Hatch 4 to actually reduce her stitch counts and create some of those effects that she has done inside those designs, which I believe are actually artworks created by her niece. So if you want a little bit more of an in-depth kind of how-to on some of those things, these people are sharing their knowledge very freely, which we really, really enjoy. So you can always pop along to the Facebook user group and join in there as well. All right, so I've got some questions on the chat, so I'm just going to go to the chat. Once again, thank you so much for dealing with our sound issues. It appears my microphone is not working at all, and I cannot get it to work. I've tried everything I can, and I can't get it to work. So we're just going to have to be a little bit quiet and do things a little bit differently today, but we can just roll with that and see how it goes. So inside the chat, Ginger's saying that they want to know about embroidery and they want to learn more, but they're just thinking about buying an embroidery machine. I would highly suggest going and getting an embroidery machine. I absolutely love my machine. But if you want to just like maybe dip your toe in and have a little bit of a check, one of the things I've been telling people to go and check out is if your local library or one of your local council, I'm not sure what they're called in other countries, but here it's in our libraries. A lot of our libraries have maker spaces. And here in the city in Sydney, we have quite a few of the libraries which also have embroidery machines. So if you could find out if your local makerspace does have an embroidery machine and whether you can go in and use it, you can find out what file format that machine would take depending on what brand it is, and then you could actually design a whole bunch of things on Hatch, export it to your USB and take it along to the library or the makerspace and check it out. So if you're sort of thinking about getting an embroidery machine and maybe you've already got Hatch or you've been trying out the free 30-day trial, that's a really great way for you to actually check it out and give it a try. So that is definitely a way to do that as well. Thank you so much to everyone who's been joining in. I've seen a bunch of people joining us in, and Nerily was very much enjoying the no sound because it gave her some extra time to get coffee. I'm glad it worked out for you. All right, so today I have some other things to show you. I don't think they're going to work with sound, so we are going to work on that. One of the things I've got to show you is some applique entries from our applique challenge. So if you're not sure, I'm going to start off with a little video that shows you where the applique challenge is on the Hatch website. So you can have a little bit of a look at that while I try and fix our sound issue. Hi everyone. All right, it looks like I can't fix up the actual sound, so we're going to try and figure it out as best as we can as we work along. So for anyone who has just joined us, we are having an issue where when we play the videos, we don't have any sound. So that video you just saw was all about how we're running an applique challenge. You'll find all the information on the Hatch website, and we've already had some very talented people actually join in and put in their applique. So I've got another little clip to show you of that. So one of the things we want to talk about though is we just recently went to the Sydney Craft and Quilt Show. I'm going to put a video on of that later on, but I actually had someone come and show me their design actually live in person, which was just wonderful for me. It was super fantastic. So what you're actually going to see at the beginning of this clip is Tracy bringing in her design to actually show us, then followed up by the entries that we have coming in through the applique challenge. There is no deadline for the challenge. The challenge is purely so that we can all join in and try out the new applique if you've got the Hatch 4, and then you can go through it as well. And yes, the fish artwork is also in the advanced applique lessons as well. All right, let's take a look at the applique entries. There's just so many ways that beautiful little fish can be reinterpreted, and we are loving seeing all of the versions coming through on the Applique challenge. It's super fun for us to see how people use Hatch and how they interpret in different ways. So it's a really great thing for us to be able to see all of these ways. So as I said, you can join in with the Applique challenge at any time. There's no limits. If you haven't upgraded to Hatch 4 yet and you don't have the advanced Applique tool, you can also try it out with the regular Applique tool inside of Hatch as well. We just love to see how people are using it and interpreting different designs. And if you're loving this kind of challenge, we'd like to do more for them for you as well. So if you're loving the Applique challenge, let us know and join in, and then we're going to keep doing these challenges so that we can show you different techniques and talk you through lots of things. Now, sadly, I can't get the sound to work. It looks like the microphone is definitely out today. So every time I play a video, there is going to be no sound. So as a result, I actually have quite a long piece on the craft show that we just did here in Sydney. So what I might do is I might play out that video without any sound, so you can just enjoy the, I was going to say the sights and sounds, but clearly it's just going to be the sights of the craft show. You'll see not only our wonderful Hatch stand, but also some of the other retailers there and some of the very beautiful quilts that were on display. There's an entire quilt display inside the craft show, and it is stunning. There are some lovely volunteers there who show you through and can talk through different things. They were super lovely, and they didn't tell me until the last day that I was there. They also had a little bet going with them each day as to what kind of embroidery I would have on my dress for the day, which was super adorable. They were really, really lovely. So there's lots of things for you to have a look at. The video clip goes for about 6 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the craft show. We certainly enjoyed being there and seeing all of you in person. It's always a joy to put names to faces and see you all. So let's have a look and have a look at the craft show. So as you can see, the show was so big and really filled with lots of different stands, but also beautiful quilts as there. So all of the big brands were there for the machines. So it was really fun for me. I got to go have a chat to all of my friends who work on all the different brands and have a chat about the new machines and the new features coming, which was really great for me because I'm a big machine nerd and I do love to go in and be able to take all of that out. And those quilts were just stunning. There were so many more that I actually couldn't capture on screen. I have video footage of them, but it's so dark, and some of them were either very small and detailed or enormous and detailed, and just on camera it's just not coming across at all because they were just too detailed. I will try and see if I can edit some more of that together for you though, and maybe I can pop it up on our socials so you can have a little bit of a look, because they really were beautiful. There were some very beautiful hand embroidery and machine embroidery ones in there. There were some great machine embroidery pieces that on the quilts, which was lovely to see. I think that's kind of everything for today for our Stitch Club. As I said earlier, please enter our Applique challenge. We love seeing what you are doing. If you're on any of our social medias across all of the different platforms, please always try and tag us, because we love to see what you are creating and what you are doing. And I actually had someone at the show ask me, they were like, I really want to join in with the live streams, but I don't know how to actually add to the chat. So if you're one of those people who are currently watching and you want to join in the chat but you're not quite sure, you will need a YouTube account. You don't actually need to have a YouTube channel in order to do that. You just need to create a YouTube account and then you can join in the chat as well. So maybe before our next live you can make yourself an account and go on through there as well. Okay, I think there's a few extra questions in the chat. I'm going to try and see. So some people were asking if Echidna, who are a well-known machine embroidery company here in Australia, if Echidna was at the show. No, they aren't at the show here in Sydney, but I believe they are going to be at the show in Brisbane. So if anyone's going to the Brisbane show, you might catch Echidna there as well. And people were asking if Hatch is going to either Brisbane or Melbourne. We also got questions to go around the world. I would love to go around the world. That would be so fun to go to all the different shows and chat to everyone. That would be super fun. Sadly, not this year, but you can always come and chat to us with our lives. Fingers crossed, before our next live stream, we will have all of the sound issues sorted out. Thank you very much for being patient this week. I'm so sorry that that has happened, and we will try and work through that as well and work through all of our sound issues. Okay, thanks everyone for joining in this week with yet another great Stitch Club. We will be back in a few weeks with another one of our regular lives, and we will chat to you all then. Thanks so much, everyone.